everybody, and welcome to another rainy week of comics here at Zanadu Comics in our very own Seattle, Washington.
Yes.
We have, surprisingly enough, more comics this week. December is still going, and comics are still coming out, so without further ado, we're going to start off with something that is surprisingly, and I'm saying like
maybe even a Christmas miracle if you
like
want to go.
Seriously, surprisingly out. This is Secret Wars number 8. It's here. That's all I'm saying. That's literally
by the same team. Like, still.
Just gonna put that over there now.
Like, still. I'm pretty astounded. From Dark Horse Comics, brings back Planetes, which is one of the more cherished and well-known hard sci-fi series that it has been ported over to America. The last time I think this was translated was maybe about 10 years ago or so. But Makoto Yurimura brings you the tale of of the age of space exploration, and of course what happens with that? People have to clean up the trash. So you have the trash man. That's just kind of the basic, though. As with the Japanese, take a very basic idea and inject a lot of personal horror and baggage and things, and then put them out into space with one other guy, and then you have like a Twilight Zone episode type of thing. It could be kind of creepy. But yeah, the art looks really cool in here. Great Alex DeCampi quote on the back, and if Alex DeCampi likes it, it's probably not bad. But this is $20, huge omnibus, color pages as well. Very, very nice. The first of many.
Yeah, speaking of Alex DeCampi, she's actually got a new volume of Grindhouse out this week.
Yes.
But we're not talking about that right now, even though we should be.
Not that solid.
What I've got right here is another Japanese import. This is Street Fighter Unlimited #1. You may have heard there is a fifth, heavy air quotes there, Street Fighter game coming out here.
That's like Marvel numbering. 1.
Yeah, right?
1, 6, 900, the hell with it.
This is done by longtime Street Fighter comic artists Udon Studios. Specifically for this one, Joe Ing, and awesome backup art by Edwin Wong, who actually, he did Skull Kickers with Jim Zub, who's writing the backup story featuring Mayor Hagar, and also Alex from Street Fighter 3. Like, two of the best not main Street Fighter characters in the whole series.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the Street Fighter comic. Like all good Street Fighter comics, it starts with Ken and Ryu. Caillou! Sitting at the Master's grave, wondering what they're going to do next. Because that's the best beginning, because then you know you're going to get all sorts of awesome, badass ninja action. Anyway. Throw you over to DC Comics. Oh look! Batman got bigger! And more black and white. And looks like there's this very nice new collector's edition. This would be the very sought after and very touted on the internet Batman Dark Knight 3 The Master Race collector's edition that, the big new thing from Frank Miller, which you probably heard of. This is $13. It collects the issue, plus the mini comic that was inside. Unlike the small comics, the mini comic is larger and you can't pull it out. So if that's the thing, then maybe you want the other one as well. But you don't get this sweet-ass Jim Lee cover.
I think they should probably just buy both.
They probably should, because this Jim Lee cover is awesome. There will be one for each of these. When all of them are done, they will make a very awesome image. And the last one comes with a slipcase, because they thought ahead.
And over at Marvel here, we've got the third issue of my personal favorite Avengers book right now, Uncanny Avengers, by Jerry Duggan, writer of Deadpool, and drawn by Ryan Stegman, who does an awesome Deadpool, who just happens to be in this series.
Yeah.
And because you can't have a good team with Deadpool and not bring Cable into it, we've got a new member here. The big man from the future with the big arm, and now an A on his chest.
Wait a minute, I was about to say,
look at that.
An Avenger?
Yeah, he is.
Dude's fickle. Telling you. You'd think that like 30 years worth of X-Men loyalty and mutant stuff would have bound him together.
Right? Like when his dad is the current foremost advocate of mutant rights, you're just gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna go hook up with those guys who tried to raid your island nation.
Right. You know why? Because Deadpool sells more comic books. Alright. A Mother Blast from the Past. Grant Morrison, Duncan Fegredo, Vertigo, mid-90s, weird psychedelic stuff. This is Kid Eternity, reimagined for the harder Gen X era. For those who don't know, Kid Eternity was more of a, I want to say Silver Age. Didn't he end in the Silver Age?
I want to say Golden Age almost.
Even older, yeah. Kid Eternity has the awesome power where he says, Eternity! And he's able to bring forth a either famous person or thing from the past. You know, so if you're in, a lot of trouble, or maybe, you're just bored at the bar and you want to talk to, I don't know, George Washington. Boom! Eternity, and you get to talk to George Washington. The first time I saw Kid Eternity, he died in a sewer with no pants on and just a leather jacket. Like, okay, yeah, that's pretty ballsy. Let's see what's going on with you. But for this, Grant Morrison and Fagredo really decided to turn up the psychedelics in here. Stand-up comedian Jerry Sullivan, Kid Eternity, is taken on this very psychedelic journey through hell and beyond. It's about what, if you were to sit there on a stand-up comedian night and not have anybody laugh, that's kind of like a whole thing of this. But Duncan Fagredo is amazing, paints most of this. You might know him from the more recent stuff on Hellboy, and he also did Enigma with Peter Milligan, which they have reprinted as well. But if you want new Morrison stuff, hell yeah, real good.
And we may not be talking about Grindhouse this week much, but Alex DeCampi does have another title out this week, The Return of No Mercy, along with Carla Speed McNeil and Jen Manley Lee. This is the story of a bunch of very, very, very unfortunate voluntorists.
Highly unfortunate teenagers.
Like, the most unfortunate teenagers in comics, and we're talking about a medium that has Bruce Wayne. Like, it's just really, really painful. I almost didn't want to look in this issue just for fear of what's going to happen to these kids. But there's a cartel involved, and there are people falling off of mountains.
Yeah, did we mention they're in, in Mexico or wherever?
Yeah.
Yeah, where white people just get killed for no reason. And,
It's it's painful to read, but it's really, really good. They're the kind of people you want to see bad things happen to, though.
Yeah,
so it's okay.
Alex DeCampi is absolutely one of our favorite creators, and along with Carla Speed McNeil, who is freaking awesome. I'm very excited for that book to come back. And another thing I'm very excited for. Usually, I don't like crossovers. Star Trek, Green Lantern, Doctor Who, whatever. I just want the one thing at a time. Usually. That's just me. But Batman and the Turtles together, this could have gone really bad. It really could have. If it did, I would have told you. Because you can trust me. Really. Absolutely. Anyway, this is not really bad. This is freaking awesome. You got James Tynion IV of Batman and Scott Snyder fame, and Freddie Williams II of many comics fame, doing the art and producing. I gotta tell you, I'm really impressed. It's got a nice mix of the movie stuff where Donatello's got a little bit of tech, but he's not like. They don't have noses. We're gonna put it at that, alright? There's no noses. Shredder is huge. And there's a lot of kung fu action. There are big monsters. It takes place in the sewers. I'm happy. Thank you.
And there's pizza.
And there's pizza. You can't, I'm astounded. I thought for sure DC would screw this up. I'm impressed.
And time for DC's distinguished competition. Marvel over here has a new Scarlet Witch #1. You may have noticed that she was in a movie this year earlier. She's been relatively absent from the Avengers books.
Even though she was in the Avengers movie?
Yeah, funky, right? Well, they put her in Uncanny Avengers for the new series that got canceled after one arc. But anyways, James Robinson, who is historically one of the best character-driven superhero writers in the business.
It's true.
Yeah, he's taking Wanda, moving her to New York, giving her a nice apartment at the top of a building, and saddling her with a ghost mentor, Agatha Harkness. Remember her?
Still.
If you were reading comics in the last 10 years, probably not.
She's been bugging that poor woman for 15 years now. George Perez was doing her back in the day too, and she had this creepy cat that she would stroke.
Way back. But then it turned out that she was dead the whole time because Bendis.
Wait, what? Man, I hate Bendis.
You read Disassembled. But anyways, so the Scarlet Witch book has a really interesting caveat here in that it has a rotating art cast, or art team. The first issue here is drawn by Vanessa Del Rey of the Hit miniseries. There's a new one of those coming out in a few months, actually. They just wrapped up the second series. She also did The Empty Man with Cullen Bunn.
Oh, that's right.
So she's got a really good spooky vibe to her art. Lots of really nice brushwork going on here.
Jordy Belair, man.
Yeah, Jordy Belair just doing what Jordy Belair does.
Color everything. Yeah, very nice. And my final pick of the week, it's Beast Shield It's huge. It can barely be contained between these 4 pieces of paper and 2 staples. Head Lopper! That's right. The quarterly adventure Barbarian fantasy action comic is back. Say that 5 times fast. Big man, big beard, big sword, severed head. Do we need to know more? Okay, sure. Magic, evil crones, stabbings. Stabbings are always good.
Trolls.
Trolls, ghosts, and oh, did we mention that Mike already did a second cover for this? Can we say yeah?
Sweet.
Can we say Andrew McLean, the man that writes, draws, and creates this, is freaking awesome? Yes. Thank you, Andrew McLean, for doing this. And I don't care if it takes, 5 months, 6 months for this to come out. It's huge. It's awesome. And I roll it up and I put it in my back pocket. That's right. I'm rolling your comic book. It adds to the enjoyment.
Always say my best comics, the ones in the worst condition.
Absolutely.
And my last pick here, which is also a pretty thick book.
That's a big book.
Marvel is back to its old tradition of doing holiday specials. Of course, this is not the Marvel holiday special.
Oh.
This is the Gwenpool holiday special. Because...
Who's that, you say? What?
What?
Huh? I don't go on the internet. Explain?
Okay, so do you know who Gwen Stacy is? Green coat, really bad neck problems.
Yeah, died years ago? Yeah.
Yeah,
oh, wait,
yeah.
She's Spider-Man now, isn't she?
Yes.
Yes.
In fact.
In
One of many Spider-Men.
That's right, because all those universes are together, right?
She was also, for like a month there, Marvel was like, oh man, this comic is selling a lot. Let's do covers where she's everyone. So she's also everyone. Because in the multiverse, all possibilities are true. And of course, they took their biggest cash cow, matched her up with their other biggest cash cow, Deadpool, of course, I don't need to say that, and made Gwenpool. She's been starring in backups in the Howard the Duck series from All New Marvel, and now they decided to give her own holiday special. Of course, it's not actually her holiday special, no matter what the cover says. It's got really cool stories about She-Hulk and her whole firm and the whole building that they live in.
You actually get to see more about Hanji?
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, the monkey.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm
I'm
really
so excited.
I finished that second She-Hulk train and I was like, wait, what's up with the monkey?
Dude, I know, that's what I wanted to know. They never fucking tell you about the monkey, man. It's bull.
But you've got more monkey in this. You've got Ms. Marvel being super cute. You've got the Hawkeye and Deadpool team reuniting here. Storm's in the background.
More artists than you can shake a stick at in that book.
Yeah, and it's all only $6.
Only.
Hey, you could get a Batman comic for the same amount as this.
That's true. When you're not going to get as much.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true.
And you would only get Tiny Atom. In this, you've got a...
Tiny Atom.
I mean, I think there's a shrinker in here somewhere.
Probably. But yeah, that, as usual, is about everything for this week. There wasn't enough Marvel stuff for us to do a video, and Mr. Will is being the dutiful son and freezing his balls off in North Carolina, because it's really cold! So, Will, I hope you're warm. And everyone else, come inside. It'll be very warm in here. Tonight we'll also be having the meeting from 6:30 to 8. There will be candy. It will not be raining, and it will be warm. Come.
It will not be... How can you guarantee something like that?
It'll be warm inside. Okay. We have heating, right? Technology.
It'll be raining outside, though.
Whatever. You know what, man? Just end this thing.